Okay, what the nuts is going on here? Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am the one that they call Peachy Pie and you are most welcome to join me here. Okay, so today we are talking about the Limp Bizkit situation. They are currently involved in a fraud case and no, it's not what you think. Let's get into it. So the main issue around Limp Bizkit is that they have launched a fraud lawsuit against Universal Music Group, whom they claim owe them more than $200 million in royalties, because they also allege that Universal Music Group has been concealing royalties from the band and from other artists. Some of the artists who fall under the Universal Music Group are BTS, which is one of the major K-pop groups, probably one of the biggest of all time. Taylor Swift, that other guy that we don't talk about around here. 17, which is another K-pop group. Billie Eilish, Lady Gaga, Jay-Z, Justin Bieber, Kanye, 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 Lil Wayne, Lana Del Rey, Adele, Rihanna. You might recognize the names of Ramstein. Jared Leto, also famous for being annoying as the Joker in movies that we would rather forget. And the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars. The Kill is one of the best albums. Fight me. And an assortment of other peeps. According to the lawyers for Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit and Flawless Records, Universal Music Group used some sort of software to hide how much royalties that the artists are receiving so that they can steal their profits. Okay, so allegedly, Limp Bizkit is saying that there are hundreds potentially of other artists that have also been defrauded regarding the royalties that they were to receive from UMG. And they also allege that the system was intentionally designed to commit fraud to them and other artists. But I just want to draw your attention to something that was said by a music industry consultant, right, who was the former executive at Universal Music Group and Warner Music Group, called Jay Gilbert. He says these accusations are massive. He says, my gut tells me that this isn't a systematic scheme to withhold royalties. It's more of an accounting issue that's blown up. An accounting issue? Really? That's what you're going with? Also, Mark Tavern, who also previously worked at Universal Music Group and Sony Music, says that it's a bit over the top. And he says that because of the sheer volume of payments that are processed by a music firm as large as Universal Music Group, it's likely that this can be easily explained by bureaucracy or incompetence. Okay, so there were some issues around Limp Bizkit's royalties before, which you can read in the Guardian's article. However, our beloved Jay Gilbert says that this sort of dirty laundry isn't usually aired, it's usually dealt with behind the scenes. I wonder why an artist that feels that they potentially owed 200 million rand, which you are claiming is probably like a clerical error kind of thing, would be frustrated enough to file a lawsuit. Just maybe it's because it's their hard earned money that is owed to them, and maybe because you weren't listening. Our expert on the matter, Jay Gilbert, seems to think that this is going to go away when the two attorneys meet privately. So maybe. However, I want to know what you think about the situation. I'm not well versed in copyright law, in patenting, in royalties, and all those kind of things. And so I'd like to hear your take on the situation. If you know anything about it or have any further in depth things to add, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's freaking 200 million that they feel that they have been owed. And if you owe that to them, they're gonna come for you. I'm sorry. I respect that. As an artist myself, as a musician, as a YouTuber, as a writer, I may respect someone fighting for their rights. Like with the whole situation with Taylor Swift, redoing her own album because she couldn't get the masters back. I think that was genius. But I'm gonna support artists all the way because I'm a believe that they deserve the money that they worked hard for. It's not easy to make it as an artist, and it's not easy to make art. Art sometimes has to come from a really painful place, and to be able to have a career from that painful place and make good income from it it's superb, it's phenomenal. And I think that you got these big corporations that see these artists as a cash grab, and they think, okay, we're gonna take advantage, we're gonna boost them, we're gonna give them all these kind of things, but eventually they're gonna owe us, and we'll just take advantage of them and then say oopsie at the end of the day when they find out. And it happens too often for it to be like, oh, a clerical error kind of thing. There are just so many corporations that are just taking a big dunk on the little guy and making money off that little guy a million times over for me not to support the little guy. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and if you have any further information on the situation. I just thought that it's quite an interesting situation to talk about, but I also think that it brings awareness to what's happening in the music industry. So yeah, anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you so much for joining me. Take care.